Get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 steal. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
We'll make it tough to come back. Lakers ahead, leading by 17. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time. Kings lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter from Buddy Hield. He had 11 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
They were really efficient on offense, shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back right after this. Going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Successful quarter performance. He seemed to stop at nothing to push the momentum. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, These guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we can only beat ourselves.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
As we get ready to take a break, and they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word.
Job done at both ends of the floor.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Quarter of play. Nets lead by 5. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense, called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Eight points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
For joining us, that'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. In the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team, both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins.
And guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Tonight, folks, for our broadcast, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time. Already in this one. Pistons ahead, running away with this one. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, let me tell you, the evolution of Blake Griffin, you're seeing right here. A strong, athletic power forward. He's really transitioned into relying on his skills. Great ball handler for his size and much more consistent shooter now from distance.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
Yeah, just dominating this one. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. For now, for Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. So long. Seven-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Right back after this break.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. There was no stopping Paul Millsap in the first half. He had 18 points, 2 block shots, and 3 rebounds. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, it's Paul Millsap ticking every box out there. Defense, yep. Doggone right, Ernie. His all-around game does not get enough credit, but I'm giving him the credit today. I'm the principal and the teacher. You get all A's, baby.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Third quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Yes, that'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.